And we're live, folks. Sorry about that. Wow. That was hard. We were trying to get set up in Lyle's garage. It was all my fault. I couldn't get him we couldn't get it figured out, but we got it now.
I
Thanks
think
for being.
it's my fault.
Nah, I'm not going to let them know that.
Yeah, well, you don't understand how phones operate. They're made to answer and talk on, and all this other gibberish is tough for an old guy.
They're computers in the palm of your hand. They were supposed to make life easier for you, Lyle.
They make them difficult for me.
We got all the good people living and waiting patiently. They're in there chatting, saying hello and stuff. So
bless their hearts.
I want to make sure I say thank you to all of them for hanging in with us. I also want to say congrats to Melissa for being the latest mod on the channel. She's always working hard. She was entertaining everybody, so we thought that she definitely deserved that. So good for you, Melissa. She'll make us proud. So I'm going to say hello to everybody in chat before we get started, Lyle. So you go. You finished getting set up, but you need getting set up because I know we were working on the phone rather than what we should have been. So
I'm ready to go, bud.
All right, here we go. We got a net catfishing in the house. Buck Williams, Dan Thompson. He's a channel member. What's going on, Dan? David Smith, Eric B in the house. Fishing with Squirrel. How you doing, Dawson? Dawson, I got my live scope poll. As much as Lyle don't want to hear that, but that's another story. Joe Buck, channel member in the house. What's up, Joe? How you doing? John Boy's catfishing. There's Lance McCouguy. Hope things are going well up there, Lance. You and your family have been in our prayers, most definitely. I'm not going to share any more than that. Hey, there's Laura the Explorer. There's the new mod, Melissa. How you doing? QC Brian in the house. There is Slick. Slick is one of the great mods over on SK's Crappie Catchings live chats every Wednesday night. Team Snag and Whiskers. What's up, Dustin? He's got a show on after this. Look, there's our friend Tara from Tara's Fishing. What's going on, Tara? How you doing, dear? Tim, he just moved from here. Tim Donna in the house. What's going on? I see Tim Molina. What's up, Tim? How you doing, bud? Uptown Chrissy Brown. I do want to remind everybody, if you're on an Apple device, I have made sure to give Lyle a copy of that link to put down in the description, and it looks like it's there. If you'd like to become a channel member, you can, because you know those Apple devices are kind of tricky when it comes to becoming channel members. Hey, there's Creole Catfishing. What's going on, Creole? How you doing? I think I got everybody, Lyle. So today Lyle's going to walk us through how to paint some jigs because I want to know how to do it. Well, actually, we're going to powder coat jigs, right, Lyle?
We are here in just a minute. I just want to go through some stuff first, Mark.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if you can see down here with my hands out. I'll move this down a little bit. I got jig heads laying here, and I'm going to, what I do to keep the eyes clean is I cut little pieces of shrink wrap and I put over the eyes. That way you don't have to clean them out. It just saves me a lot of work. And the other stuff that we got, this is a fluid bed. We're not going to use them tonight because I don't have the air lines hooked up. I've got 3 of them thanks to James Dockery. He gave them to me. He made some and he didn't like them. So we're going to do it without the fluid beds tonight. But as soon as I get air hooked up to these, I have to, it takes almost zero pressure to run a fluid bed, and my compressor doesn't have a regulator that goes down small enough, but I do have another compressor that does, but I don't have it hooked up with the right line yet. So that's in the process. Well, the next time we do this, I'll do it with the fluid bed, but tonight we're just going to heat them up with this heat gun, and then we're going to dip them in the paint. I've got 3 different kinds of paint out here. And then we're going to put them in this oven. And this really isn't this expensive. Your paint costs you a couple bucks. I think $8 for 2 ounces or $10 for 2 ounces, something like that. You have to have a heat gun. I think when I bought this one some time ago, it was like $20. And I was at Walmart, and this little cheap toaster oven was $19.95. So it really doesn't claim. This is one that's already done. I'll try to show it to you guys. I'm not very good at this camera now.
That's all right. You know, real quick, as far as the air pump goes, I think you can use like a fish tank bubbler.
You can.
you can you find them for pretty cheap on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken.
You can, and they make them 110 and 12 volt, but the only one I have is 12 volt. But what I have here is a airbrush air pump that runs airbrushes and stuff, and it has a regulator on it that goes all the way down to 0.
Oh, there you go. Hey,
so I just got to get line hooked up to it.
There's our buddy Fish on Luke. He says, "Teach me the ways." I think he's talking to you, Lyle.
That's the first son.
And he says, "I built all of the fluid beds," so he's got them set up too.
Yeah, I've got the fluid beds, and to get them done, I just like I say, I got to get a line that goes from this compressor up here where I can regulate it. And that's the only thing I'm lacking, and I just haven't felt good for the last couple of weeks, and I haven't done it. But first off, what we're going to do, Mark, is I'm going to put some of this heat shrink on a few of these jig heads so people understand what I'm doing and why I do it.
Copy that.
Because if you get that powder paint in this, I'm going to turn this on low. I don't know how noisy this is going to be. If you get that paint, where the hell's the camera, in that eye, and it dries, and you heat it up in that toaster oven, you nearly got to drill it out, or you have to heat something up like a small brad of some kind, piece of metal, and run it through there.
Gotcha.
You almost got to drill them out. I mean, it really gets hard. But this way here, you just pull this off when it's done. Where we at?
I actually have a Gerber fishing tool just for poking those eyes out.
Well, I've got one too, but the one I got doesn't work very well.
No.
But I'll put some on these so people understand. It just takes a second. The best way to get it off that I found is utility knife, and just stick it on there and just scrape it off. It just comes right off that way.
Gotcha. And you're talking about the shrink wrap that you're putting on.
The shrink tubing, yeah.
Yeah,
it just takes a second to do this.
We can't even hear that air gun, so you're good.
Well, it's on low, and here in a minute I'll turn it up to high. You can do it. You can warm these heads up with it on low, but it takes a lot longer. And if you turn it up on high, it just takes 2 or 3 seconds, and it's plenty hot enough to do whatever you want to do. I've got 2 more of these, and then I'll be done with all these, and we'll get into putting some paint on.
Yeah, I was looking at my Bass Pro catalog this morning, and I was looking at prices of like painted jig heads with hook keepers and stuff, kind of the stuff I like to use for plastics. And then prices are getting up there. They're getting pretty crazy. So
yeah,
I was thinking about making an investment, getting that stuff till I realized I don't have the room to do all of that, but we might have to.
I got you. Actually, where I'm doing this right now, as you can see, the bed that the paint can sitting on in front of the heat gun, that is my rod building lathe that I use. I had one blow up the other day. I had to change them out, but there's probably been 10,000 rods built on that one. It was the first one I bought. I have 3 of them. I used to have them all set up in here, but it just got to where that's all I done, so I had to knock that off. But man, that did get hot quick. All right.
Matt's got a question, which I think you kind of answered indirectly already. He says, so you can't just dip the head in powder. I believe you can, right, Lyle?
That's what we're getting ready to do.
Yep, you can do it. You just got to make sure the coverage is there.
The first thing you got to do is you shake these up, which I'd already done that. But if you'll take something and go down in here and make sure that this is all loose. You want that as fluid and as stirred up as you possibly can. And I stick it all the way to the bottom of the paint can because it's hard. You'll notice that when you get down at the bottom, it gets hard. And up the top, it's real fluffy, and that's where you want it. And then get all that stuff off of there. I don't know. I guess you can see that. Let me...
hey, look at this, Lyle. You got a new member. QC Brian just joined the channel.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it very much. All right, Mark, here we go. I'm going to turn this up. How's that? Is that too noisy?
No, not at all. Not bad.
Okay.
Gabby Goose is in chat. What's up, Gabby? How
Oh,
you doing?
wow. That's unusual. We haven't seen her in a while.
It's good to see Gabby. And Laura the Explorer says, seems every time I buy those jigs, the eyes are filled. And like you're saying, exactly. Yeah, it does. If you're out on the water and you're not prepared, it can really be.
And there you go. It's that simple. And that I've already cleared the eye out, pulled that off of there. And the eye is just clean as a whistle. And then you just set it in here in your pan.
There you go, and you're just stacking them up. It's simple as that. So, how many? What are your favorite colors to?
It don't matter to me, whichever one they're biting on at the time.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing these 3 seconds to a side. I count 1, 2, 3 on each side. Dip it in there, and then I run it over there just like that to make sure it's melted out. And I just take my razor knife. And there you go. That's all there is to it. And
ooh, that's a nice looking red. Yeah, that's a nice
pretty red. Yeah, sure is. And just stick it in there.
I'll take 500 of those, Lyle. Are you taking orders?
I guess I can.
Melissa says, Lyle, it's great to see you back. Hope you're getting on top shelf.
Oh, well, thank you. It was a struggle. Of course, being a diabetic, everything you get takes forever to get rid of. So, whenever I get something, and I have to combat it until it's gone, and it's just a drag, to be quite honest.
QC Bryant says, I bet you guys. Oh, he likes our content. He says, awesome content and community. Thank you, Brian.
Well, thank you, sir. Oh, Mark,
Yes,
do you have the ability to pull up channel members?
I think I can if you give me a second.
Well, the reason is we're supposed to give away a mug tonight, a tumbler.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I can. You know what? Let me take a look. I believe I can.
Okay. If not, ouch, hot.
Yeah, watch your
If
fingers.
not, I'll go in and pull them up here in a little bit after we do some of this. Burnt my finger a little bit, but it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, that looks good.
I've got some other. I'll finish doing a few reds, and then we'll. I've got black and some pinks. Hell, Mark, we might even give some away.
Oh, there you go. All right, I am getting it.
If anybody has questions about this, I'll do my best to answer them for you.
Give me 1 second. I'm getting this list up. If the questions come on chat, I will get to them.
And if you see it smoking a little bit, or it looks like, what that is the heat shrink. It's not the jig head.
Gotcha. All right. I got a list of the channel members here. Let me get them into a wheel. How about that, Lyle? You know how the community loves that wheel.
I do. And I would recommend a smaller set of hemostats instead of these great big ones. And the reason is they don't squeeze down on the jig, on the hooks as well. And these are kind of dry in here, but you don't want them touching like those two are. They stick together. But they'll kind of dry to where they won't do that. But as soon as you heat them up in that toaster oven, it'll stop. And I run mine for 400 degrees for 10 minutes. And they are hard. I'm not going to go any further with that, Mark.
Cool. Now, I thought about, hold on a second here. I'm trying to add this list here. I thought about getting, going about the nail polish way and using, because I do have that UV cement
Uh-huh.
and just coating them with that. Hey, Justin, what's going on? That could explain why Gabby's in here too.
I still do a lot of mine with nail polish because you get colors that are not available any other way.
Okay.
And then I do the Sally Hansons on them. Or if I'm going to be fishing a place where there's a lot of rocks, I'll just use UV resin. That's the hardest stuff I know of.
Yeah, I used that just recently on some of those waxworm jigs. Yeah, we got the wheel ready to go when you are. We'll hold on to that for a while though, but I managed to get that straightened out. And Matt wants to be outdoors with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Matt. He says to help Lyle's top shelf.
Well, I hadn't been doing any of that for a while.
Look at this, angling with Arlie. He says, I'll send you 500 jigs for $165, he says. What's up, Arlie? How you doing? I believe he's in Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. Hangs out with the Iowa gang out there.
I see some of his videos once in a while. They're pretty well done. Glad to have him in chat tonight.
Going through all the chats that I missed. Look at this. Welcome, KY Redneck Outdoors. He says, I found 3 65-yard rolls of Chanel today for $1.25 each at Dollar Tree.
Wow. Yep, I got some of that stuff. It works really well.
Pontoon Jody's
it's not quite as thick as the other.
Pontoon Jody's joined us. Duggar, Mr. Duggar Fishing has joined us. Guerrero Bagre, welcome.
Glad to see you all.
Guerrero
says, I can't see you.
Yeah, Guerrero says, I use the same coating. He uses the same coating. They work without baking, but baking makes them harder. That is correct.
Yes, it does. You can use these. They will dry. And it won't rub off or anything like that. But to get them hard as you possibly can, then you put them in the oven. And to lakes, creeks, streams, and stuff that we frequent, all got rocks. So
yeah, let's say you're powder coating walleye jigs. They're on the bottom almost the whole time, so they're banging.
And you're going to want them hard. Now, I am going to be getting some of this powder coat that is clear. I did not know they made any of it, and like I say, my jigs come from Jason Brummel. So does these paints. He is the best price that I have found, and I know that they make a clear for these. I don't know how hard it is compared to some of the other stuff, but I will be finding out. And at some point, we'll do another show and talk about it and how it works and any new stuff that we've come up with, and go from there.
Gabby's making sure. Chad came in too. What's going on, Chad? How you doing, bud? Say hello to Alyssa and Dee, of course. And Gabby Goose says, I got in here before Dad.
Oh, wow. Well, we've missed you, Gabby. Now, like I say, you could spend a lot more money and get stuff. You can get a lot higher dollar heat guns. You can get a lot higher dollar stuff. This stuff all comes from Walmart, so you know it's not the best quality, but that gun is a Wagner, so it should be pretty good. And I don't know what brand this thing is. Like I say, it was $20. So
yeah, I think you can probably get them even cheaper now at Harbor Freight. That's where I got my heat gun from. It works really good.
Okay.
I haven't had any issues with it. So,
hey, it doesn't matter where it comes from. All it's got to do is heat up a jig.
Yep, pretty much. Missy Kennedy says after they bake, they are like the two knuckleheads on panel. They become hard heads. And Buck is reminding us that Puck's, however you say it, the gopher, Puxatawny Phil saw a shadow today in Pennsylvania, meaning 6 more weeks of winter.
I don't think it matters what he sees in Pennsylvania. Missouri is going to do what Missouri is going to do.
I got a 22 with his name on it, to be honest with you.
Did you know they climb trees?
Yeah, I kind of did. Oh,
Did I
tell you that movie Groundhog Day was filmed like 2 miles from my house?
No, you did not.
Yeah, it was. It's a pretty famous square there in Woodstock, Illinois. Angler with Arlie says, yes, sir. Des Moines, Iowa. Getting up at 4 a.m. to go ice fished in the morning. Well, good luck. Stay safe. And look, we got a super chat of $1.99 or a super sticker from Nubby's Catfishing. Thank you, Nubby. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Lyle puts that stuff to good use with prizes and shipping fees and stuff like that. So
mostly shipping. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to give some of these away here in a minute, Mark. Or tonight, Mark. I'm going to and see, I didn't really get that hot. I've got it in my hand. I just took it off. So
hey, there's our buddy Twisted Fishing TV says, I miss a couple of months, come back, and Lyle's over here huffing lead fumes.
Hey, Frank, how you doing?
What's going on,
Frank?
How about hot pink? Hot pink sounds good. I'm sure there's somebody out there in chat that likes that color. You know, I never have any luck with pink and the pink jigs.
I don't either, but a lot of people want it. I tie a lot of pink jigs for people.
Asleep at the Reel has joined us. What's going on?
We'll see how everybody likes this in just a second.
I got you on solo screen, just so you know, Lyle.
Okay. Well, I'm not. They can't see me anyhow.
They can't see me now either. Creole Catfishing says he's got a tip for us. He says, do not use an oven that you use for food. Use whatever oven you buy only for powder coating.
What do you think, ladies?
Oh, let me. Oh, that's pretty nice. That'll work. Arlie says he got his heat gun at Harbor Freight.
I don't think it matters much as long as it gets hot.
Melissa says they look like holly berries hanging there.
Yeah. You can take this, like I say, 2 or 3 seconds, and then once over when you're done, if you use it on the low setting, which is quieter, and like I say, I just take them right off of there and set them in there with my hand. If you take them off with the on the low setting, you got to hold them up there for 10 or 12 seconds. Get some of these big crappie jigs. These are 16th ounce with them. I believe that's a number 4 hook, Mark.
Okay.
Sickle hook.
I like sickle hooks. Some people do, some people don't.
I can't tell much difference. They both catch fish. If it catches fish, I'm in love with it.
QC Brian says, I know what you mean, Lyle. Missouri weather has a mind of its own.
Yes, it does.
You know, I need to make sure that I add QC Brian to the giveaway if he's not in there already. Let me look at the wheel. Yeah, he's in there. Okay, good deal.
Well, we're a little late coming in, so we'll probably run a little long, Mark.
Hey.
I'll go in here after we get these on, and I'll start the timer on them. I don't know if I'll get to come back out and take them out before we end the show or not, but it's not hard to do this, folks. It's really not. You don't have to do it. I see that didn't pull off very well.
Okay.
There it is. I got it. I reached down there and picked it up.
Gotcha. Laura the Explorer says she's having a hard time finding a link in the description. I just double checked that. You are correct, Laura. I apologize for that. Let me see, Lyle, if I can get that link. Laura, if you
put it in there.
There must be a typo in there or something, Lyle.
Okay.
What you can do, Laura, is just open up go to YouTube and Google Chrome, go to Panfish Nation. I believe you can join that way, which is the link that I posted there. So I apologize for any inconvenience.
Yeah, I
Melissa
thought
says,
I put it in there.
Mark gets to hide tonight. Yes, I do.
One thing about this too, for guys that are wondering about it, are you still able to see everything? I haven't bumped it
Yep.
with my head to me.
Uh-huh.
There's no smell.
That's good.
I don't smell anything.
Up the Matt and Chad is asking you to lower the camera just a little bit, Lyle, if you can.
Okay. I'm on a boom, so that's very easily to do.
And Arlie, I believe, is using fluid beds, which we talked about at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, Lyle
Too
has.
much?
He's just waiting on getting some too. No,
Is
that
that too
actually
much?
does that. I believe that looks okay.
Okay. Because from what I'm seeing, all I see is the top of the very top of the heat gun.
Gabby, I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking, young lady. Let me see if I can get that link and post it in chat.
I think we're going to stop with these more because I have to cut up some more of them heat shrink things, which I can do that. It doesn't matter. Whatever people want to do. If they want to see me cut some of them up and do some black ones, we'll do that. If not, I'll probably head in there and we'll do the giveaways and stuff.
Gotcha.
Whatever everybody wants to see. I just wanted them to know that this is not extremely hard to do. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it beats sitting around watching TV. Whoop.
Folks, sorry I'm being a little quiet. I'm trying to get that link for the people in chat. Can't seem to get it here. Maybe I can get it on my phone, though. Yeah, Kishi Brown, we're doing a giveaway for a tumbler, correct, Law? What kind of tumbler are you giving away?
It's a Panfish Nation tumbler.
Right on. And the tumbler is going to be a giveaway for the channel members.
Channel members only.
Channel members only. And then, someone's sending me a link.
We'll give away. We'll do some black ones here. I'll do some black ones, Mark, and then we'll give them their choice. The winner gets a choice of black, pink, or red.
Still trying to get that link, but I think somebody in chat will get that. All right, got.
And this is the heat shrink that I'm using. It's really small. I don't know what size it is, but it's tiny.
I get a bunch of that stuff from Harbor Freight as well. It works out pretty good.
Yeah, and you can buy it in big rolls there. It'll last you a lifetime.
Hey, there's David Martin. He says, if it catches fish, I love it. Lol, does that include chicken?
That don't include chicken with me, but if it catches fish, I'll probably use it. I've tried the chicken. I've never hardly had a bite. I think I caught one or two little dinks on it. Nothing of any size. But then, Missouri fish might be that much smarter.
Missy Kennedy says, don't forget, it's not Christmas cookies you're baking, Lyle.
Oh, really? I like Christmas cookies.
Yes, so do I. Danny Stone says, I've been here the only time. He says, I've been here the whole time. He's only got 3 things going on at the same time. He says it sucks at multitasking. What'd you say, Lyle?
How's the audio on this phone?
Audio's terrific.
Good.
Frank wants to know, what brand of powder coating are you using?
This is ProTech.
I think I just saw that in the Bass Pro catalog this morning for like
Yeah, that's what
$9.99.
Jason sells. He's a distributor for them, I believe. And like I say, that's where I get my jigs and the paint, uh, everything. Other than the fluid bed, James gave me that.
Mm-hmm.
He built some and sent me a couple of them, and well, it just saved me from having to build them, which I was getting ready to. So I appreciate it. He knows I do.
I
Oh,
like that idea with the shrink wrap. That seems to be working pretty good for you.
SDG that we had on our show some time back.
Uh-huh.
Um, I caught that on his one of his videos that he put out about this, about using heat shrink. I'm sorry I keep hitting my head on that
That's
phone.
okay.
It's right here beside it. But he that's what he done, and I thought, man, what a novel idea. And I started doing it, and Benz, I had the heat shrink anyhow. It just made sense to me.
Now, the colors that you can paint them, are there a lot of selection out there?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't have near all of the ones that are available. There's tons of them, almost any color you want. And the next time I get some, I'll get different ones because these will. I got 3 ounce ones, and I think Jason probably buys them bulk and puts them in containers, which is fine with me. I could care less how he does it as long as I get them.
Uh-huh.
And uh, I get this stuff. I'll get some purple, and I've got some chartreuse and orange, blue, turquoise. It's called something else, but it's basically turquoise white. Um, I want some olive, and there's several other colors that I want, but you get what you can afford at the time, and next time you'll get a few more, and that's when I order more jigs. I'll order a couple more um, colors of paint, and we'll go from there.
What's going on, Curtis? Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, glad everybody's in chat.
Yeah, QC Brian seems to agree that pink always seems to be a hot color for crappie. A lot of people say that. I just don't have that much luck.
I haven't had very good luck with it on bluegill, but that doesn't mean that it won't be this year. We was all in a chat one night, and I know you remember this, Mark.
Uh-huh.
And Betty was in there, and she described a jig that she wanted me to make for her. And as we talked, she was telling me what it looked like, and I ended up tying one. And this
Uh-huh.
is before everybody was tying. And I got done with it, and she said, "That's it. That's exactly what I want." And those, honest to God, I catch more bluegill on them than any other jig that I tie.
Hmm.
But now I haven't
It was a
quit.
fire tiger pattern, if I remember correctly.
That is correct. It works extremely well in the creeks that I use it in now.
Mm.
But it's amazing. I'm actually working on a fly to use on my fly rod that's like that. I haven't got it where I want it yet, but I'm getting close. So looking forward to that too. No more questions about this?
Fire tiger is always a good color. Yeah, I'm still working on trying to get that membership link, Lyle. For some reason, it's
Okay.
not working.
I
I
didn't know
think
if we
I
had
might
any
have.
more questions
You
or
know what? I
not.
think I might have emailed it to you too.
Do what?
I'm checking my email right now.
Okay. I'm going to slide this up in there. Wait, that isn't going to work. It's not plugged on. It's plugged in.
Carol says they just opened up a Harbor Freight close to the house. He'll be in there. He'll be broke soon enough. Danny Stone says, I can't enter the giveaway no matter what. They would tar and feather me. You're probably right, Danny. You've been winning everything.
He's like D and Betty.
Oh, D and Betty used to dominate.
Oh, yeah, they want everything. All right, about 10 minutes or so, we'll be done with that one. I'm going to shut the phone off, Mark, and I'm going to head into my office and get on the computer there. We'll do the giveaways and stuff.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to exit this solo layout, so I'll be in here, and I did find that link. Let's see if it works.
Okay.
There's the link right there. If somebody wants to click on that as an Apple user and see if it'll take you to where you got to go. I think you need to open the link in Chrome in order to use it.
Let's see if I can get out of here now. Leave right there.
Yeah, Laura, and at different parts of the country, the crappie bite's definitely on fire. I know a lot of guys that are ice fishing are struggling a little bit here. That might be different in other parts of the country, but it depends. I know they're on fire down in Florida, that's for sure. Cool, Laura, let us know if that works, all right? Took me a while to figure all of that out. Creole says, our clear water is probably the color of sweet tea. Jig color suggestions. A lot of people will say dark water, dark colors. It's what they say. I've caught just the opposite in both directions. Crystal clear water with dark colors I've caught. Muddy water with bright colors I've caught. But that's the rule of thumb. Rule of thumb is use dark colors in dark water and bright, light, vibrant colors in clear water. Why they say that, I don't know. Like I said, I've caught them both. My safest bet in any clarity of water, or the one I go to, is what emulates bait fish. Monkey milks, silvers, blues with grays. They work really well for me. I do use the bass guys, they always use that motor oil color. I have a lot of luck with those motor oil colors, which is kind of a brown with like a red sparkle in it. That works pretty well too for me. Those are colors, especially in a paddle tail after it rains. So that would coincide with the dark colors, because it is a darker color in darker water. But yeah, that's one of my go-tos here. So let's see what else we got here in chat. Hey, Lyle's back. Welcome back, buddy.
How we doing? Gabby says she got braces. That must be something that she wanted.
I bet you look fantastic, Gabby, with braces on. And I bet your dad's pocketbook is hurting because of those braces.
If it has to be one of us, I'm glad it's him and not me.
Angling with Artie says he listens to us while he's at work driving my truck. Rachel, thank you very much, Arlie. We
appreciate it.
And QC Brian says, I've used bright colors in dark water and had good fish. And Mississippi is always mud colored. See, it depends where you're at. Them fish are always used to those dark colors. So maybe they'll go after something, a little different. There's our buddy John. He was a great guest. Again, I apologize for the sound issues. We got those worked out. He was a great guest on Monday. There's Jay's Catfishing. What's going on? Jay Skull Rush showed up. What's up, Skull Rush? How you doing? And it looks like that link that I passed the chat worked. So
good deal.
All right. So I got 2 giveaways all set up, ready to go, Lyle, whenever you are.
Let me get a piece of paper here so I can write down the winners. And I'm ready to go whenever you are, big guy.
All right. Why don't we do the first one for the powder coated jig heads?
Okay, we're going to do 5 jig heads.
All right. I am going to share the screen here so you guys can get entered in. There we go. Enter in hashtag powder coat to be entered to win those free jigs that Lyle just painted. Creole says, awesome. Dad's really going down the rabbit hole with jig fishing. He's been watching Richard Gene for 2 weeks. He's watching this show on the big screen. Hey, Mr. DeFore, how you doing? And look at that. Laura the Explorer joined as a member. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. I'll make sure to enter in your name in the giveaway when we get to that portion. I need to switch screens, and I'm not going to be doing that while you guys are watching because it's not professional. Try to be professional today, but you've kept me on my toes today. That's for sure, Lyle. Definitely. We got people getting
I could probably remember how to do all this if we'd done it more often and I had to use the phone more often. But when you only do it once or twice a year, I forget. And when we do it in the boat, I never have to touch it. Cindy does it all.
Cindy does it. If I was there, I'd handle it for you too. So
I understand.
And we understand as well. Gabby's getting in on the giveaway. Lance is getting in on it. There's Dan Thompson. He's a member. He'll be entered in the Tumbler one. There's Aaron. What's going on, Aaron? How you doing? Bobby Garland colors, Penny Black, Devil's Grin, Tuxedo Shimmer, and black and yellow. Those are all colors he uses.
I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of colors that work really good. Bobby Garland stuff is got great colors, but these people that's making this stuff aftermarket now, they're imitating his stuff and coming up with colors of their own, and they are amazing colors. Our buddy out east there, Jason, he does some wonderful colors and all kinds of stuff. Little Miss
Crappie Zilla, he changed it to Booger Baits, right?
Booger Baits, yeah.
Booger Baits.
Man, he's got some cool looking stuff, and Little Miss Bacon Baits, she's got some really good looking colors, and she's got a bunch of new colors she just come out with. I've just seen them online. I don't have any of the new ones yet, but they are amazing. And there's a lot of other guys that come out with one. I talked to a guy last night that was new to me, not new in the plastic business, but I'm trying to get a date set up to have him on the show with us. I've got some of his coming in. We visited for quite a while online, and he's got some really good looking baits and stuff too. So
if I remember correctly, Miss Bacon came out with like a set of ones that are UV that glow. Those are really kind of caught my eye.
No, I have not, but I'm going to be going. One of us is sick here all the time.
Yeah, good. Our thoughts definitely go out to Cindy. She's feeling under the weather now. I think Lyle got her sick. I blame Lyle.
Well, she's blaming me for it regardless, so that's okay. Yesterday was the first day that I really felt good. I got up and I felt pretty good till about noon. I kind of overdone it. Then I didn't feel good the rest of the day. And today I've kind of felt good all day, not 100%, but probably 70. And compared to where I've been, that's pretty good.
You got to start somewhere. I know a lot of people that have been under the weather, and it's taken longer and longer
Look
for them.
At Chadwick, powdered donut. What's wrong with him?
I like powdered donuts.
Me too. And
I like them a lot.
I like
chocolate donuts, yeah. There ain't too many donuts that I don't like.
Yeah. They sound like pie. They're either hot or cold.
Oh, I like peach pie. That's got to be my new favorite.
I like peach. I like it with ice cream.
Look, Melissa says, Chad, sit on that donut. There's a little backstory. I was fishing late one night and I was eating powdered donuts and they told me to sit on them and it's kind of stuck. Yeah, Laura, the puppies are upstairs. They're up there. I can't have them in here while I'm on here. They're a handful. Chad says, I haven't had a powdered donut in almost a month.
I find that hard to believe.
I believe him.
Oh, I don't know.
Aaron says fish are mushy in hot weather and cold and harder in winter. I'm the firm believer that at least the fish up here in our area of the country, that is true. I spoke with some people in the South recently. I think it was SK was one of them, and he was saying that they always taste good for him. So
There's a question for you, Mark.
does a stream have to be live to get membership in case I missed the answer? Thank you. No, the stream does not need to be live. If you go to the main channel page, you can join there, I believe. You can become a member. I've
I've
had
been
people.
good, Gabby. Just missing you, kiddo.
Hey, there's Fisherman 83. What's going on?
That's funny. I don't care who you are.
This is even better right there. Tim Molina.
Oop, I missed that one. You can send those to me.
There you go. Again. Okay, we got 26 people entered. Lyle, you ready to draw this? I think they stopped entering. All right, here we go. This is for the painted jig heads from Lyle. He'll give you a choice of colors if I'm not mistaken, right, Lyle?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and thank you, Melissa. Yeah, please hit that thumbs up. It helps with the algae rhythm. Show Lyle you like the show. Dan Thompson. Woohoo! Congratulations, Dan.
All
Dan,
right.
you can get a hold of Lyle through Facebook if you're on Facebook. If not, you can email him through catfishweeklytv@gmail.com. Correct, Lyle?
That is correct.
All right, let me add Laura the Explorer to the thing. And look at this. Don has been a member for 5 months. Thank you, Don. We appreciate your membership.
Absolutely. Now, who was it that was asking about joining?
Oh, that was QC Brian. He's already joined. He asked if you
Okay.
needed to be if we needed to be live while or in order to join, if you could only join while we were live.
And
Eric B's in chat. What's going on, Eric B? How you doing?
Dan wants the red ones.
There we go. Still send Lyle your shipping address if he doesn't have it. So
We will make it happen. Thank you so much, Dan, and thanks for being a member of our group too.
yeah, we appreciate it. Oh, that wasn't the member giveaway. Dan is a member though.
He is a member.
He is a member. All right. We got the wheel. On the wheel, we got all the members. I just added Laura the Explorer on here. Thank you guys for being a member. Oh, and I will shuffle. Let me shuffle this a couple of times, Lyle, because I just cut and pasted them off of studio. Let me know when you want me to spin the wheel.
Spin her up.
All right, here we go. The dreaded wheel. Good luck, everybody.
We're going to be doing more of these giveaways for members.
Oh, look at this.
Van V3 Customs.
V3 Customs. Congratulations, Van. If he's watching in the background, Van, you know how to contact Lyle.
He might be driving and listening. You just never know about Van.
Natural State Fishing said just started powder coating my heads as well. Really been enjoying it. Love the freedom of hand tying. Right on.
I agree. I've tried everything, and hand ties work better for me than anything I've tried. With that being said, I do have some new plastics that have been sent to me by Simon. I have some more coming that people are sending to me to try out, and we will be reporting on those this spring when the weather warms up. And we will go. Thank you, Laura. We will go from there and see how we do with the plastics this year. I've got them everything now from 3/4 of an inch size plastic to over 2 inch. So I figure the bigger ones will probably be better for crappie, and the smaller ones I know is going to be better for.
Mm-hmm. My plan of attack for the year is have 4 crappie rods in the boat, 2 for hand ties, one at like 1/16 and one at 1/32 ounce size, and then 2 other crappie rods set up for plastics.
Yeah.
all tied up, ready to go. Plastics are a little easier to do because, you just got to put the plastics on the hook. Hand ties, you got to retie. But I got some little hasps that I'm going to try this year and see how those work. So,
I have some too.
yeah, I ordered a bunch of them. I don't know where I put them, but I know I ordered a bunch. I remember getting them.
Well, I didn't get very many. Well, I did, but I know where mine's at.
Mm-hmm. So I've
Anybody
been,
have any questions about the powder coating and stuff before we cut out? Don't think. I think it was pretty simple, wasn't it?
yeah, it wasn't bad at all. And those they looked so good, and you didn't have a fluid bed using them, so I'm sure a fluid bed would make it a lot easier if you're doing a bunch. But
The
I
fluid
can't,
bed will
I
be
can't.
in the next one. We'll do another one here in a month or two
Uh,
of powder coating them, and the fluid bed will be set up, and we'll go, and then we'll do some fancier stuff. We'll do some. We'll use a brush and float some stuff over on the jig heads once they're done, and make some fancy designs in them and things like that. And then I'm working on another thing to do jig heads with, but I'm missing a component yet. So we'll just leave
gotcha.
things like that, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Um, if you guys have anything else you'd like to see Mark and I perform on the show, we would love to do educational stuff. Sometimes we just like to shoot the shit, but um, for the most part, if we can do something that'll help you catch more fish, that's what we're all about.
Amen. And real quick, QC Brian, I used to see a lot of guys use the bodies off of willowtail jigs and use a hackle behind them. That if that's what you're talking about, I haven't seen anybody doing that in a while. Not that they don't work, but I haven't seen the actual process on how to do that, where you would have a plastic body and hackle for the tail. I
I
imagine.
can do that next time we have live tie.
Okay, there you go.
I've got some tied up like that.
Anything else, Lyle?
I don't think so. Thank you, Laura.
And thank you, Melissa, for modding tonight. We appreciate you. Thank you to all the members. Thanks for the new members, Laura and QC Brian. Thanks to all the members that are already members. And congratulations on the braces, Gabby.
Yep, yep. Thank you,
Anything?
Melissa. You've done a great job. We're proud to have you on part of our show.
All right. Anything else, Lyle? I think we're done, bud.
I think we are. Thanks for
Everybody,
watching, everybody.
good night.